Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the part 2 of our chapter Shelter So High. Children, as you know that, first of all, today we are going to learn the recap of the chapter People Living on Top of the World. Okay, this you are going to understand while we will go through the content. Then we will learn about Changpa, world's famous Pashmina, and you will have to do the reading till page number 125. So, we are starting with the chapter A Shelter So High. As we go through the chapter, what we have seen in the last video, children, we have learnt about the Gaurav Jani, a famous road rider who was doing the solo trip for different places along with his 350cc Royal Field Bullet, which he called Loner, who is never lonely because they both travel a long distance with each other. In this chapter we have seen he wanted to came out of the crowded Mumbai and getting ready for his journey to the next place, that is Leh. He has done all his packing, the stuffs and all that we have already seen, the required materials. He started his journey from Mumbai and he first reached to Delhi. All across this journey he just found the same buildings like he was continuously seeing in Mumbai, the buildings made up of brick, cement and all. From Delhi he brought some more things and he started his journey towards Leh. And in his journey he first reached to Manali. Children, while going to this place he has spent his nights in the cold areas with his tent, keeping Loner at the security guard outside the tent. He has spent long cold nights and while moving through a cold desert, which he call as a cold desert because it was having very continuous was having very little rainfall but having the high snow capped mountains. So he reached to Manali and hill station, okay, in at Himachal Pradesh, and there was very happy to see the beauty of Manali, and he forwarded his journey from there towards the Leh. And we have also seen his route by which he has crossed so many states, that also we have done and noted down, right? In his journey, he spent his many nights, cold nights, on the way on the tent, and then he moved towards the cold desert of Leh because it was having very less rainfall and snow-capped mountains, so the area was very cold. People, the small children were riding behind his vehicle, telling him Jule Jule the welcome, and one of the boy Tashi dragged him to his home where he was able to find actually the houses made up of stones, mud, the walls were made up of thick layer of mud and lime, and the house was constructed on the different steps of the mountains, children. Tashi took him to the first floor of the house and he told that they were staying. Animals are kept on the ground floor where there were no windows, and sometimes in the winters they also have to stay on the ground floor to protect themselves from the cold temperature. Also, he was amazed to see the roofs and so many things which were kept for drying on the roof. And during this part, we have crossed these questions during winters. Tatashi and his family were living on ground floor so that they can protect themselves from the winters, as the room is very warm because of having no windows in that. And we have the normal roof, flat roof made up of bricks and cement, and the roof of Tashi's house, and we use our roof for drying the potatoes, papad and all. But Gaurav Jani was amazed to see the different roofs of the people in Leh. They were drying the fruits also so that they can keep it for the winters. Now here we come, people living on top of the world. Children, the heading here indicates about the people those are living at very height. Now it is the time to climb higher when the Gaurav Jani, loner, and he was having a very tough time that they have to cross zigzagging road, rocky mountains at many places. Even there were some places where there were no roads at all. They were moving towards the rocky plains of Changthang. This place is at height of almost 5,000 meters, and it is so high, children, and so difficult to breathe in such a place. So he was also feeling headache, feeling very weak. Even he was very it was very difficult for him to breathe also in such air. He kept on moving, wandering in the area with not a single human being. No petrol pumps, no mechanics, only clear blue sky and many beautiful lakes around. So, in this journey, you can see in these pictures the difficult roads, very cold atmosphere, to walk on such high mountain. Many days and nights were passed, so when Loner and they kept on moving. Suddenly one morning they saw a grassy land where so many sheep and goats were there grazing, and at far distance they found some tents, and he was wondering who lived in such a place which is very far and very at a very height where there it is very difficult to breathe also. He was looking to those sheep and goats, and he found those tents you can see here in the picture. After that, he tried to find out who are those people. He found those tents and he was going there. At that height, first let us have the feeling of, let us see these questions, what we find in such places. At what height, children, you is the place where you live? We generally live up to the height of 220 meters above the sea level, but Gaurav Jani has reached to about 5,000 meters up, right, on his journey. And there were the tribal people he met actually. Why did Gaurav Jani say this place is so high that it is too difficult to breathe normally? Children, when we go up, air becomes thinner when we go to high altitudes, and the level of oxygen actually become less. So it becomes so difficult to breathe for one people, and one needs to apply a lot of effort to breathe in at high altitudes. Have you ever been to hilly place? You can share your ideas. If you might have visited Kullu, which is a high place, and you find difficulty. Yes, children, places are generally height. At northern side, places are at the height, so you find difficulty in breathing as the level of oxygen decreases. And here it is asking the highest place you have been to. Actually, Rohtang Pass is considered as the highest place in that area of Leh. So here what we have seen about the highest. So while he went towards those people, he found that these are the Changpa, that place they called as Changpa. There he met Namgyal and came to know about the Changpa. They are the tribal people who were living on mountains. And children, the Changpa tribe, they has only about 5,000 people only, and they are always on the move with their goats. They are never living permanently at one place. Changpas, they are always moving with their sheep and goats, and it is from these that they get all the milk, meat, skin for the tents, and wool also for coats and sweaters. Children, you know their goats are their treasures actually. Their goats are treasure because if a family has more animals, it is considered as a rich and important family among Champa. And from these special goats only, they get wool for making the world famous Pashmina wool. Yes, I will talk about the Pashmina wool also with you. And these Changpa graze their goats at higher and colder places so that their goats have more and softer hair. That is why we can get that famous Pashmina wool from there. They stay at very high up on these mountains in very difficult conditions because that is where these goats can live, and this is their life and their livelihood, children. These goats are only their food, shelter, and everything they can get from their wood, from their goat. So Gaurav Jani is also carrying little belongings with him in the motorcycle, but those Changpas were carrying everything that they own on their horses and yaks, and it takes them only 2.5 hours to pack everything. It was everything very ready. They were doing it so fast, and within no time they can put up their tents at the chosen place. The luggages can be unpacked and their homes are ready. Namgyal told him, "We are welcome into our home," and he led him to the big cone shaped tent, and they call their tent as Rebo. What is the name of their tent? Rebo. Children, they also use yak hair to weave the strips which are stitched together, and by those strips only, these are strong and warm and they protect them from the icy strong winds. He has seen that the strips were tightly tied with the 9 sticks, and the ground is dug about 2 feet deep so that the tent can be put up around this and on the higher part of the ground. You can see here the pictures of the Changpa people with their coats, and here they are using those wool to make the strips. This is what about the life of Changpa people. We will learn about it also. First, let us see about that world famous Pashmina. Children, this Pashmina shawl, it is believed about that it is warm as compared to the silk sweaters, though it is very thin yet very warm. And the goats from which the soft Pashmina wool is collected, it is found and can live on high altitudes only 5,000 meters. That is why Changpa people live at such height. And in winter, the temperature here drops below 0 degrees Celsius up to minus 40 degree. Still, they survive in such area, and a coat of warm hair grows on the goat's body, which protects it from this extreme cold. So, see how amazing it is. The goats shed some of their hair in summer, and this hair is so fine, and it is that 6 of these would be as thick as one hair of yours. You cannot just imagine, it is so fine hairs. When you will merge 6 hairs, then you will get the thickness of your own hairs. Children, these fine hair cannot be woven on machines. So the weavers of Kashmir make these shawls by hand only, and this is a long and difficult process, of course. I will try to show you a video regarding the process of formation of Pashmina also in the next video. After almost 250 hours of weaving, one plain Pashmina shawl is made. Imagine how long it would take to make a shawl with embroidery. Yes, so this is what all about the Changpa people, their living style and the world famous Pashmina shawl. Kids, this is what all we have learned today about the Changpa people. It is not over yet. We have more to learn about these people, and we'll learn more about their work and living status. So till that time, I want you to do the reading of the next page by yourself, 126 and 127, to be ready for the next video. Till that time, you will have to do the reading of today's thought part first, page number 124 and 125, and try to underline the important words Rebo, their lifestyle, which is asked as question to you. Try to solve the internal questions by yourself that I will discuss in next video. Till that time, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy. Feel free to ask your query. Thank you all of you.